We are living in a very interesting time because at a time when all the manufacturers are shifting towards EV, apparently Bajaj thinks it's time to move towards a CNG commuter motorcycle. And for the same reason, the world's first ever mass market CNG bike from Bajaj, likely to be called the Brother, will make its debut on 5th July. And what should you expect from it? What will it likely be? And that we've even seen the spy shots of it and all these other things that we'll tell you in today's video. But before we proceed ahead, don't forget to do 3 things. Like, share and subscribe to BikeWale like you always do. Now there are a lot of electric scooters and motorcycles in India which offer good fast charging options, reduce the overall cost of running, and there are no service costs that come with these electric vehicles as well. But when you opt for a CNG plus petrol motorcycle that Bajaj is getting on, there is the ease of refueling on the go since there are ample of petrol stations and even CNG refueling stations. But if you look at it this way, the overall cost of running for a CNG plus petrol commuter motorcycle is also expected to be low. And Bajaj has deep expertise in the CNG market since it has years and decades of experience with its 3-wheeler market. Now when you talk about electric vehicles, they offer low running costs, there are no after sales costs like servicing, oil changes and all of that, and you can also charge them using fast chargers or sometimes when you need to charge them at home. But this will be a petrol plus CNG bike from Bajaj, and Bajaj has deep and years of expertise with its CNG 3-wheeler market, which has been there for more than a few decades now. Now the Bajaj Brother CNG Bike 2 is expected to have low running costs because it's a petrol and CNG bike, and it should offer good range because this will be a commuter motorcycle under 125cc, which means a smaller engine which will be focused more towards performance in terms of offering good range. And since you have the option of filling up petrol and CNG, there is a leverage that it has over a standard petrol motorcycle. And in the past few months, we have seen multiple spy shots of the Bajaj Brother CNG bike, but there were not one, but 2 different test mules. One was a road-oriented proper commuter bike, and the other one looked slightly rugged. It had a handle guard, a sump plate, a long seat, and even a slightly rugged appearance overall. So maybe Bajaj is actually working on not one, but 2 different variants by which it will be able to capture a wider array of audience, since these will be priced at 2 different points. Now we have seen multiple spy shots and even a blueprint of the Bajaj CNG bike. And from that, it is very clear that this bike looks very simple, has a proper commuter and utilitarian structure. From what we have seen, it likely gets an LED headlight, a tubular handlebar, telescopic front forks, a front disc and a rear drum brake setup. Now this is an experiment from Bajaj. So you can expect that the CNG bike will likely be offered first in Pune and its neighboring tier 1 cities, and then in a proper phased out manner. But there will be other challenges that we think that Bajaj needs to look after. And those will be, the first one of those will be the CNG refueling. Will the Bajaj CNG bikes have a separate queue on the CNG station, or will these need to be in the same line as the 3-wheelers and the 4-wheelers? And if that is the case, then how will the riders manage to be in the queue for a long time, say if it's raining or even if it's peak summer? These and some other questions are what we think Bajaj will answer on 5th July. Till then, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to BikeWale. So we already told you that the Bajaj CNG bike will go against other petrol commuter motorcycles. But when you look at it this way, if it's petrol versus electric, it's Apple versus orange. But when it's petrol versus petrol plus CNG, it's more like Apple versus a mutant apple. Do you think the Bajaj CNG bike will have an advantage over the standard petrol bikes? Let us know in the comments below. But before that, we have a few more questions that we think we should tell you about. The first question is, will these CNG bikes get a preference at the CNG station, or will these need to be in the same queue as the cars and the auto rickshaws? And if that is the case, we think it could be quite challenging because how will the rider manage to be in the queue for a long time, say if it's raining or if it's peak summer? So do you think the CNG bikes should get a separate queue or a preference at the CNG stations? Let us know in the comments below. And stay tuned to BikeWale because we'll give you more updates in the coming days and as the launch inches closer.